Vigilante Williamson here with a junky ass room. With the 28th episode of my show, The Vigilante Williamson Show. How's everybody doing? I see that the chat's already here. I was actually working on a video right before here. I just finished recording. I edited it, through it, and had to record overdubs of it. You'll see it tomorrow. It'll probably piss people off and has nothing to do with anything I've ever talked about. I'll just let it live on its own. But I want to say hi to everyone who's already here. We have a lot to talk about. A lot of different topics that I want to cover. But hail Lord Thoth. Good evening, everyone. Evening. Hail Jake D. I appreciate you being here. Hail Fimmer the Ice Wolf. I appreciate everyone here. Just saying hi to everyone, Lord Thoth. Hail just another red shirt. You're not just another red shirt. You are the red shirt, and don't let anyone tell you different. I don't care what they say behind your back. Hey, these guys just saying hey to everybody. Everybody saying hey to everybody. That's cool. Who? Mike Jones? Blur. Got the army stuff. Yo. Yeah, didn't start with music this time. Let it begin. I actually started on time, or pretty much on time, a few minutes late. Like I said, I was doing a video. Hail Stream Elements Bot. I always appreciate you doing your thing. Eric K, the wrench king of all wrenches, but this is a cushy job. He's a wrencher name only. I don't want him doing too much heavy wrenching. I think just another red shirt is my other wrench. I don't really want heavy wrenching, man. We don't have too many trolls. Everybody here is pretty cool. I just want everything to be chilled out. Hell, if you're still going after Salty Crackers done, I'll be back. I appreciate that, Wookiee Supremacy. I didn't even know you were subbed, and I'm glad that you are. And yeah, enjoy Salty Cracker if that's what you're watching, man. I don't know how long ago. I mean, the stories I have usually probably last about an hour, maybe a little bit longer. So I'm not sure how long he's been going and what's going on with that, but we'll see. I appreciate you being here. Hopefully, if you can, hit the like button on your way out, and hit the like button on a different comment on your way back. No, but everyone can hit the like button. What's up? Almost like the old Budweiser commercial. Everybody's still saying hey to everyone. Hell, Fimber saying hell. Let's see. So it looks like everybody just saying hi to everyone, which is good. I'm glad everybody's friendly. And Eric K, Wrench King, is making shrimp scappy. Good. Like I said, cushy job. Wrench your name only. You're here to class up the joint. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about on this episode. Quite a bit of stuff to talk about. In fact, let me actually share the damn screen so we will be able to talk about it. Let's see. We have to talk about Lucifer becoming a woman, cosplay getting canceled, as you know, per the kind of sultry thumbnail that brought everyone brought all the boys to the yard. And we have to talk about a toy company spoiling WandaVision, so there will be WandaVision spoilers later on in the episode. But first things first, I pop up freaks all the honeys. No, that's not the first thing first. Not Viggy Smalls, Vigilante Williamson. The first thing first is Netflix canceled, or Nintendo canceled a Netflix series, a potential Netflix series with Legend of Zelda. Let's see, having a glass. Oh, a Canadian aged port is tart but smooth at the same time. Good stuff, Lord Thoth. Everyone enjoy yourself. Everyone, chill out whatever way you can chill out. Hopefully this is a chill episode. Last episode got a little personal, got a little spiritual, and then talked about a bunch of stuff. Paulie was able to join. It was cool. So check out the last episode. There's a lot in there. But this is more the typical. Hey, Wes Moody, how'd you miss this? You haven't missed anything. Just started. Oh no, it's a good story because they're not doing it. They're not doing it. We're so used to this. Oh no, here comes a woke reboot of something we love. No, Nintendo said, fuck that. We're not doing it. They have canceled a Zelda Netflix series after it leaked. Now, the real reason is because they didn't trust them. After they saw you leaked it, they weren't fucking with it. But let's get into the story and we'll talk about it. As my mask tries to eat me. Nintendo reportedly scrapped a live-action Legend of Zelda series with Netflix after news of the project leaked and circulated online. As reported by Eurogamer, U.S. comedian Adam Conover, who was aware of the secret Star Fox Claymation project around the same time, revealed that Nintendo canceled its proposed slate of video game adaptations with Netflix after someone within the company allegedly spread the word about the Zelda series, because they don't play that shit. They wanted everything to go on their terms. Wall Street Journal shared details of the adaptation, and Nintendo rescinded the show. I think the adaptation rumors are from 2015, but this is just coming out now. Suddenly, there were reports Netflix wasn't going to do its Legend of Zelda series anymore. Kind of recently recalled. Speaking on the Surf Times podcast, I was like, what happened? And then I heard from my boss, we weren't doing Star Fox anymore. And I was like, ooh, excuse me, that's professional. I was like, what happened? He was like, someone, a lot of likes. He was like, at someone at Netflix leaked their Legend of Zelda thing. They weren't supposed to talk about it. Nintendo freaked out and they pulled the plug on everything, the entire program to adapt these things. Have I played Legend of Zelda? No, no one's played it. What the fuck type of question is that? I guess you could be 10. Let me see. It has other adaptations. Who cares? News of the perspective live action Legend of Zelda series hit Netflix headlines back in 2015. Was 2015 when a person familiar with the matter reportedly told the Wall Street Journal that the streamer had described the oncoming show as Game of Thrones for a family audience. That sounds awful. With a story that will follow Link's conquest to save Princess Zelda, the land of Hyrule. However, little more was said after that. In the years since then, the video game adaptations have become big business on Netflix as the games market has experienced rapid growth and interest in gaming has exploded during the coup. It's the only thing that's exploded. As we know, sports is down. Netflix itself has been down at various points, and a lot of TV in general, including news after the election, was down. So people are turning to video games and us for content. Netflix wants to be the service that players, I don't know if any players after players, but players turn when they need a break from gaming, and the streamer is making big moves to make it happen. I know they had the Castlevania TV show, and apparently they have a Tomb Raider and Assassin's Creed. And I think I may even heard, I'm not sure if that was a movie, but Uncharted is supposed to be adapted. Hold on, my mic is also trying to fall amongst other things. Let's get off. Stop the cam because my mic, I don't want it to fall. Goodness gracious. Every technical issue. I'm just good for stuff going wrong. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes on the Vigilante Williamson show. Technical issues are plenty. Let's just hope I don't dox myself. So let's see what's going on with the chat. You guys are awesome already. How did I miss this? I'm not sure if you're talking about my podcast or this story, but you haven't really missed much. Yeah, apparently even Christianity isn't safe for woke garbage, but hell, if there is a heaven and a hell, they can explain they were doing it for diversity. The wokeness in the church is one of the most wicked things on earth. Eating Thin Mints. Hey, eat those Thin Mints. And they're not Girl Scout cookies, they're They Scout cookies or Human Scout cookies now. I wanted personal intoxicated train wreck. Damn it. No, I don't want the excuse me, princess Link in live action. At the gym lurking. Cool. Gotta get yourself right. Gotta get all swole. Shout out to Wes Moody. Just another red shirt. Shouts out to Wes Moody. Not Zelda. No, wait. I'm okay with this. Let's be honest. They might not ruin it. Who knows? They were probably going to make Zelda gay and Link transsexual, Filipino boy or girl, whatever. But the sounds of it, no, they weren't, because I don't think Nintendo was going to have it. If Nintendo was ready to pull this shit after a leak, they were not with the wokeness. They were not going to fuck up their shit. Not at the gym. Hey, I did go to the gym earlier today for lunch at work because I work from home, and was able to, there's like a home gym in my complex I'm starting to use a lot more, even though it closes at 10 because of the stupid restrictions here. Stupid. You guys said, hey, gym tomorrow morning. Good Lord Thoth. You gotta get right to do your daily do right stuff. Hell, Gomer Kyle just dropping by to say hello, going to bed. Mouth still hurting much. I'm sorry about that. Peace out. Hope you feel better, Gomer. And I appreciate it. If you can drop a like, I would appreciate it. If you already left, no problem, man. Feel better. Have you been following Marvel? They're literally bribing people to buy and watch. Hey, how do I get a check? I don't get it. And can I get Sana Amanai's number? No, actually, I just made a video about how we should stop being thirsty. Watch the stream tomorrow. Cool. I appreciate it. And people do watch the playback. Boomer, yes. I boomer shit all the time. It's not a banshee. It is Nancy Pelosi in one of those rooms. Also not at the gym. Okay. Now you're intimidating everyone with your gymness. You being at the gym, Wes. No, I know. Nintendo is the only smart Japanese company with intelligence when dealing with Western audience. Yeah, they know. You know why they're good at dealing with Western audience? And I was talking to my brother about this. Is my mic still is going to fall because it's a cheap mic stand? But basically, Nintendo actually doesn't cater to Western audience. They cater to Japan, and because the West is falling, that's all they need to do. They cater to Japan, and then we fuck with it too. And that's their motto, and that's why they're successful, because they can't even conceive of bending the knee. I did not watch any of The Expanse. I hadn't watched any Expanse ever. The only reason I was actually in the chat for the episode, shout out to Fireball. He had an episode yesterday with Gary from Neurotic on and Jake D and Draco. I'm just adjusting my mic. What you guys seeing me? This is pissing me off. I'm gonna have to hold this motherfucker like I'm in the 60s or something because this damn stand. All right, come on, you fucking stand. Stay still. Listen, if you buy a stand from Amazon, make sure it costs more than $20, or else you'll end up like Vigilante Williamson. You got to learn from my mistakes. It's the only way the future gets better. Okay. But no, I did not watch The Expanse. And you know what? The only reason I watched the finale, here's what I was doing. I was going to ignore as much Expanse talk as I possibly could because I heard it was the greatest show ever, and I wanted to binge the whole thing, and I heard it went woke at the very end, and that broke my heart because of all the love I saw for it, and I wanted to have that same feeling, so I didn't watch it. But that's why I snuck into the chats of that Expanse stream. I didn't know what the hell they were talking about, but it was just cool to see Fireball with a bunch of people, and just see Gary talk. And I'm upset that it's another show that people like that apparently has some wokeness, but I guess the books had wokeness as well. But nope, did not see it because I haven't watched the show. Yes, I did know Hulk Hogan had a cartoon because I'm an old fuck and replays played when I was a kid. Nancy Pelosi or the Tiger, some choice. That was a fun stream. It was a fun stream. It was cool to see you guys. $25. I'm not sure if this $25 is for the Marvel thing, for the Expanse thing, or for the mic stand. The mic stand, $25. Oh yeah, it probably is the mic stand. $25 is not going to be enough. You got it. You probably should spend more, unless you want to just be like a old vigilante here. JD, I was sad I couldn't be there. Oh, it's okay. It's okay, Lord Thoth. Gary advised a good mic. I have a very good mic. It's not the mic. It's the stand. The mic is really good. Not really. It's not. It's a decent. It's an AT2020. I mean, you could do better than that. And I've had better mics than this in the past. It just when I was trying to get a mic. This is really a fill-in mic. Eventually, I'll get a better one. I'm not sure where I'll go with though, because like I said, I do music, so a mic that handles recording, handles vocals for recording and for podcasts is good. Hell, they call it the Joe Rogan mic. It's the fucking Michael Jackson mic. It's the Thriller mic, the SM50. It's the Thriller mic. Joe Rogan has the Thriller mic. It's Thriller. Shit. But yeah, I could go with that, but those are they're not condenser, they're dynamic mics. So you have to get you need a good preamp to get all the gain, or a cloud lifter or something. So that's a whole nother conversation. Tempted to go live to discuss again tomorrow. If you're up for a Lord Thought, okay. You guys should do it. Okay. So Japan is now banning cosplayer. What's next? Dragons are real. Oh yeah, we'll get to that. We will get to that. That's why you have the hot ass Chun-Li in the thumbnail. Hell, David Blair. Hell. But yeah, Nintendo did the right thing. They were not going to play those games. All it took them is one leak. And they were like, no, there was no way Nintendo's going to come out woke garbage. So this just lets you know in the future, if Nintendo does try again with another streaming service to do something, now that streaming service knows how Nintendo plays games, or Nintendo doesn't play games, and you can kind of tell. There's no way. If they were going to leave over a leak, there's not enough room for this to go woke. Nintendo's not going to give a company enough rope to get woke, and you have to remember, Nintendo don't give a fuck. They laughed at Microsoft in the 90s trying to buy them, and it's still 20 years later and 30 years later, and they would laugh again if they tried again, because Nintendo makes enough money to not give a fuck what anyone else thinks. They have fuck you money, and they're better for it. And I see you guys set up the time for another stream, which is cool. So this is a bizarre story. I didn't like, I was not a fan of the sequel tragedy. I actually only saw the Farce of Weekends, and I've seen tons of video on the Ass Jedi and the Fall of Soy Woker. I've heard better mock titles than those, but I'm not, obviously the Phantom Menace is built on the craziness from the trilogy, but I didn't dislike Adam Driver. But allegedly, everything is alleged. You never know with the Hollywood stories. I don't know. I don't want the Raylos mad at me. But Adam Driver is out here knocking out old people. Allegedly, he attacked the co-star, and this is alleged, Lydia Franco, while filming The Man Who Killed Don Quixote. So, yeah. It's been reported that actor Adam Driver allegedly attacked actress Lydia Franco, his star in The Man Who Killed Don Quixote, when the pair were filming the movie. Per Publico, Franco made the claim during a podcast interview with radio commercials. Era K Falava, I cannot pronounce that, so Paulie, don't get mad at me. Don't make me the Latino word of the day, whatever. Saying, it's translated from Portuguese. Cool. I don't know. I keep from this movie a very bad experience because of Adam Driver. She did reportedly acknowledge his acting skill, but said he is a very bad person. Wow, he behaved very badly with me. Physically, he attacked me. Franco, who is 76, went on to claim the attack had nothing to do with the scene. She alleged it was a camouflage assault with a chair. Holy shit, this guy went Stone Cold Steve Austin, allegedly. She did not go into further detail regarding the alleged incident. Franco, let me move this mic over here because I have to do the gangster lane with this mask. Franco did share what happened afterward, saying the production staff allowed her to exit the set, but claimed that they could not do anything further. I was given permission to leave, but legally there was nothing they could do, she stated, as translated on Reddit. So there is a translation. So keep that in mind, and all this stuff is alleged. But it sounds pretty damning. The actress also commented on the impression she got from Driver ahead of filming, claiming that he was difficult and demanding. One of the things he started doing in Spain was to demand that in rehearsals, all the technicians leave the plateau. He demanded that and continue to do it in Portugal, but some of the Portuguese technicians refused. She stated from the back, I saw at least one leaving the studio. He demanded, I think by contract, that nobody could look at him. If they looked, the extras were immediately fired, and it happened. What the fuck? Who the fuck is this guy to be thinking that way? I mean, what the fuck? Listen, he's Kylo Ren, who was one of the whiniest, bitchy-ass villains. And, of course, everything I'm saying is alleged. But if true, he's an asshole. The Man Who Killed Don Quixote was co-written and directed by Terry Gilliam, obviously Monty Python and Train, other things. It was released in 2018 after being in developmental hell for decades. In addition to Driver stars, all the people it stars. At this time, it does not appear Driver nor anyone else involved with the film has commented on Franco's allegations. It appears this is the first time Franco has faced accusations of this nature. The actor once walked out of an interview on NPR's Fresh Air with Terry Gross after hearing a clip of the film Marriage Story playing in his headphones, but no aggression was reported in the instance. Driver later stated that he explained to producers that he didn't like to hear or see his own work, and they in turn claimed they advised him to take off his headphones so he wouldn't hear the clip. So that's a weird story too. Granted, we know how the media frames, and I want to be as balanced because I don't know what the hell happened. That's a crazy alleged. It's crazy allegation to say she was attacked physically, and again, it's a translation. It could be a fucked up translation because I see Jake D says by attack, do they mean he scowled? It could be a fucked up translation and a fucked up narrative. But yeah, I don't know. And they, like I said, framing. They talk about the story of him walking out, which it still seems weird. It seems like a weird thing to walk out on, especially if they told him, hey, if you don't want to hear the shit, take off your headphones, which makes sense. But who knows? Let's see. You know what's funny about this? Because I actually talked. My video will kind of deal with this. Sorta. This whole concept, this red pill concept. Because all of a sudden in the Brave and the Bold, shout out to the Vigilante Williamson, the Brave and the Bold, this Saturday's episode, that broke out and it wasn't expecting it. But feminists are pissed men aren't dating them, but they're leaving the countries to look for women in the countries where women ain't bitches. What do you guys think like that? I think hypergamy floats. So as soon as you bring those girls here, the same thing happen. Yeah, and it's an expensive way to date. Just chill and get your money up. Long and short. Man, this is if ever, maybe you'll like my video tomorrow. Maybe you'll hate me. We will see. Jake D does not buy a steel chair attack like Stone Cold hitting The Undertaker in 95 or 98, I shouldn't say, I'm going for, or The Rock hitting Mankind. That was the real one where he hit him with like 10 or no, it was like 12, 13 chair shots. Holy shit, his kids is crying. I don't think that happened to this lady. Met my wife on vacation in California. 50-50. Let's say mixed emotions like watching your mother-in-law drive off in a new car. I bet it is. Indeed. Yeah, listen, man, that's a can of worms, and I'm going to address that can of worms in the video that'll come out tomorrow. I thought to talk about it on this podcast, but I'll talk a little bit about some of that stuff. But as far as this Adam Driver thing, I don't know. I think there's a lot of room for this to not be what it seems because there's a different language. There's a language barrier, and translated to Reddit. So that's a huge thing as far as there could be, like JD said, it could, by attack. Does she mean scowl? Could have scowled at her, could have said some ignorant shit, just talk shit, and slammed the chair on the ground, and it gets translated wrong, and now they think, oh, he hit this old lady with a chair. So I don't know what happened with this story. That's why I'm reporting it as alleged. I just think it's an interesting story to even talk about because it's kind of crazy. Can you smell what Fenrir is cooking? I can. I understand it, man. I understand the frustration, man. I understand the frustration. I guess I'm old and chilling right now, so it's not a big deal for me. Bethany tossed a chair in frustration and went in a general direction. That's probably the most plausible. And again, she doesn't have to be alleging anything crazy. She could have said that and it got translated wrong. So that is a huge factor to me in this story because she spoke in Portuguese in the interview she gave, Lydia Franco. So this could be much ado about nothing. Could just be a Hollywood actor blowing up on a set and it being misconstrued. But as it's currently being reported, as it's currently translated, it's translated and reported as Adam Driver attacking this elderly actress. Which would those chairs hurt. Those chairs hurt. I hope it's nothing like that. I hope it's close to what Jake D is alleging or isn't, thinking about, because that would be a terrible look for Adam Driver. And it would just be terrible if this story is true. But I think we should take it with a grain of salt. Let the truth come out, especially when you got translations involved. But if true, pretty fucked up. I think we can all agree on that. Okay. So we have to talk about this. This is actually, even though the picture is about the waifus being canceled. We know we love the waifus on the Vigilante Williamson show, but this is really the name. Everybody plays the fool. This is the namesake story because it's alleged. I covered this earlier, maybe last week, about the comments that Jon Favreau had that I kind of construed, and a lot of people construed as potentially leading into the Disney trilogy. But Doomcock did some research, and Bounding in the Comics, shout out to Bounding in the Comics, has an article about it. So Alleged Star Wars insider attempts to clarify Jon Favreau's comments about The Mandalorian tying into the Disney sequel tragedy. An alleged Star Wars and Lucasfilm insider attempted to provide clarity to Jon Favreau's recent comments that The Mandalorian will tie into the Disney sequel tragedy. Favreau recently spoke to the Writers Guild of America, where he seemingly confirmed that Mandalorian and its spin-off shows would lead to the tragedy, which sucks. The executive producer was specifically asked, did you have this arc planned out from the very beginning? Specifically the return of Luke Skywalker, revealing that the story was essentially a few years after the Return of the Jedi. Was that always a set idea from the jump, or something you arrived at or working on the material? He said no, the story unfolded as I wrote it. Mandalorian inherits a great deal from existing Star Wars stories, and when I write, that context is always a consideration. It became clear within the established continuity, certain things were likely to transpire. So that implies things are going to happen, but if you read into it a different way, likely kind of gives doubt. So that's what we'll get into. So then he was asked, are you concerned, having placed the story right in the middle of the saga, with the latest films having revealed Soy Woker's future? Let's hope that isn't actually Luke Skywalker, but we will see, that you're all pinned in narratively. Favreau would answer, we have a tremendous amount of freedom afforded to us because of the gap in time between the films. Dave Filoni and I are in constant discussion of how each story is impacted by and would impact existing Star Wars material. His comments echo what he said in the past. Back in September 2019, he said this show would lead into the rise of the First Order. He explained, and granted, in his previous comment, the more recent comment, he said that things have unfolded as they go. So, I'm sure things have changed, especially with all the reaction to Luke. He explained also what could happen in 30 years between celebrating the defeat of the Empire, then the First Order. You come in at episode 7, the First Order are not just starting out, they're pretty far along. Somehow things weren't necessarily managed as well as they could have, which destroys the fucking original trilogy, obviously. Could have been. And it ended up in hot water again like that. So he initially, when they were talking about the Mandalorian from jump, it was leading into the Disney tragedy. But as he said, things unfolded and we know things change. Before I get too far in the story, let's see what you guys in the comment are saying. We need to find you a nice Filipino lady, VW, perfect match. Hey, as I'll talk about in my video, I didn't talk about her nationality.